Hey there, welcome back to the Demand Channel podcast. I'm here with Philippe Machaz from Guest Centric. Hey Philip, how are you?
Hi Jeremiah, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. So for everybody just stopping by for the first time, this is a podcast where we get together, we brainstorm ideas, and we figure out ways that you can create a direct connection to your highest value guests. That's the Demand Channel. That's the communication, the relationship that you form, and hopefully engender that loyalty, engender those direct bookings. So in the last episode we talked about how to get a much better understanding of your natural SEO by asking guests what brought them into the area whenever they show up at registration. By doing that, we could then create a content strategy around those things. Google loves it because it's real, and it's really building into your hotel's USP, unique selling proposition. In today's idea that Philippe brought to the table here, we talk about doing that same thing, but after the guests leave your hotel with post-stay email follow-up. Can you tell us a little bit more about that and why you like this approach so much?
So, so I'm going to try to be very specific and simple on the reasons why I like this. So the first one, it's because it's super simple to implement. Okay. Obviously, I have people leaving the hotel every day. Okay, so I could create a really good case there, right? So there's a lot of, and I could possibly collect a lot of answers. Okay, so that's great. Um, and I could actually create a survey that only will not, it will help us on the SEO problem. And that was the previous podcast. So like, how can I learn a little bit more about the drivers of why people stayed with us? So I could ask that, but I could go a little bit further and ask about our service, right? To understand if or why people really like about our hotel. Do you understand? So I could project those ideas into the website. Okay. So we are trying to, so we need to kind of formulate a survey that will ask them why they stayed specifically at our neighbor, at our hotel.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it was price, maybe it was because it was close to our, whatever, my daughter university, or maybe it was close to an hospital or to a specific venue or a congress. I don't know, something specific. So I really need to learn about that, so I can create SEO, so I can be and create landing pages to try to attract other people who think the same way.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, I need to amplify why or what if they like the cookie at the hotel, if they like the coffee, if they like the Nespresso machine in their rooms. Do you understand? So I think that's really important. And I think the other day I was talking with you about it. I was trying to profile a marketing strategy for this hotel in, I don't know, in the other side of the world. Doesn't matter. And I asked them, okay, what are the keywords behind your hotel? And they said, oh, we are boutique, we are romantic, we are great for couples, not very friendly with
Very
kids.
general
Yeah,
ideas.
so super general. You say, okay, that's great, but okay, so what are the keywords, right? So what do you offer that it's really romantic?
Mm-hmm.
And they were kind of like, and they don't, because they leave that, or they leave their business every day. You understand? It's very difficult for them to pinpoint and do like a list, order
Right,
list.
right. They're thinking in the box.
Exactly. They are kind of like they are. It's very difficult to say, okay, the most important amenity that we have, it's our bathroom, high-end amenity, people love it. And then the chocolate, their
Well,
bed, or
that's the thing that
the
I like about the Google Forms is you can just show the image and you can say, was it the bathroom? Was it the chocolates? Was it the view from the balcony pictures? And then people can put in their little stories below. So it really elicits a story type of response, and that's what we're talking about here, not just the give us a rating from 1 to 5. Uh,
no.
just to be a little clearer for the audience, that's what we're going for, is the stories of these specifics. But
Sure.
Carry on.
And I think that's really important. And once you know, okay, why people are staying at your hotel, okay, and once you know what really people like, you can really invest in those little features, in those amenities, in those services, and try to amplify them, and just try to push them into the website, right? So it's kind of like you start pre-selling the amenities, right? So for instance, on a romantic hotel, I believe that the amenities page, obviously the rooms page, it's always the most important one.
Yeah.
The amenities page, it should be super important, right? Because romantic, it's all associated with details, right? It's like the beddings, the bathrooms, the tub, the whatever, the private and romantic porch. Do you understand? So you kind of need to push them into the website. And sometimes I see some difficulty from the hoteliers to tell that story. So that's why I like to use these forms, that they will somehow validate what do you need to put and push at your website. Do you understand?
Right. So the idea really is you capture people's expectations at check-in, and then after checkout, you listen to their experiences.
Exactly.
Their sensations with your hotel, and make that a part of the story that you're telling throughout.
Exactly. And I see a lot of hotels, and I don't know, because of our business here, we do websites every week, okay? And it's super rare to see an hotel who really know. They know what they want. They sometimes don't know what the client wants. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Obviously, it's important for you to kind of like push your story, your mission, but at the same time, you need to be completely synchronized with the end user. Okay? So it's not about, oh, we are at a great location. Okay, we are at a great location because our clients love to go there and there and there and there. Do you understand?
Yeah. And this is what they say. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, what are some considerations after you gather these really nice stories that focus on your area, or what's really unique and special about your hotel? What are some considerations?
So first of all, before we get into considerations, and I think this is a very simple project because, and you mentioned, right, you could use Google Doc Forms or Google, they keep changing their names, but Google Forms.
Yeah, Google Forms.
To get a survey, so you get it for free, and everything will translate into Excel, into a spreadsheet. Everything you can actually see a graph, so everything will look fantastic. So you can actually talk with your ownership and say, hey, people loved our beddings. Do you understand? Or do you understand? We really need to work and make sure we maintain that level of quality.
Right. 1,000 thread count Egyptian cotton.
Exactly. So it's kind of like those are like the little things that really count. And if I go back in time, I remember like my father was totally focused on the beddings and the bed and the mattress, and do you understand? And I think that's kind of like the core of hotel management it's like the way you sleep. Do you understand? And especially a romantic place, if it's a place that it was designed or developed for you to relax, you really need to take care about those objects. So if you have a romantic hotel, I would spend some time talking about the beddings and the sheets and whatever, the 3,000 Egyptian cotton, whatever.
Yeah.
You understand? So I think that's a good point. And once you collect, right? Because obviously you start collecting those answers, and that's the beauty of it, right? So because you are sending emails literally every day with, I don't know, maybe 1-2 days after the checkout, you collect information, and then I think there's two ways to see it. The first one is your marketing team look at this as, okay, how can I influence my website? Do you understand? So it's pure search engine optimization content, right? Talk with your copywriter, with Jeremiah, talk with the group that's the web developer that's doing your website, and say, people loved our chocolates. Let's put here some image of our chocolates, right? Because this was a great selling point. And I think that's really important. And I think I will call that search engine. It's kind of a search engine optimization technique, okay? Because
Yeah. Well, it's just telling Google why you are a great place for certain things.
exactly, and you are also increasing the time, uh,
Hmm.
the time spent of the guests on your website. You understand?
Yeah.
The more time they spend, the more the probability for them to book it increase, right? So that's a very important metric there. And then there's the SEO factor that so obviously you can see and say, hey, people stay with us because we are close to the river, or we are
Yeah.
close to the ocean or the beach, or we have a surf school next to us that they do a great 101 surfing session. I don't know. There's so many things that we could try to understand, and so that again that will be used for search engine optimization.
Yeah. And are you moving on to the idea of offering perks as long as at the same time that we're offering this survey form to generate some goodwill and to make our offers a little viral, right?
So I have that to talk about. I have this idea to talk on the next podcast.
Okay, so that's going to be for the next one.
Okay, so the idea is okay. How can if I'm talking with the clients after they say, how can I try to? I'm not going to go into that topic, otherwise
Okay, that's a preview
I
for
will.
next time. So then let's wrap this up with easy ways to get started. What are the simple steps that people need to take starting today to put this process in place? Because it is an automated process.
Sure. So
What should they do?
So the first thing that you need to do is to make sure you do post emails, okay, and that you capture emails of your guests. And incredible to see that many of the hotels that they stay, they care less. Oh, give me your credit card, your ID, okay, you are set.
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, but you know a little bit more about me, but many don't care. So make sure you collect your email addresses. Make sure you have technology to send this automatically. And there's a lot of technologies that could send you something a post email. For instance, our technology does it. And on that technology, and then you need to build a form. And we suggested here Google Forms or Survey. There's other tools like Survey Monkey and other tools that
And use lots of pictures. That's my recommendation.
that's their recommendation. So instead of say, hey, did you like our amenities? You have a picture of your amenities. You understand?
Yeah.
So try to use visual content for them to just to click it through because it's there and you can connect better or faster.
Mhm.
Most probably your click-through rate or the number of surveys completed would be greater. Obviously, I would not expect 100% response. I'm not really sure what would be the response rate, but if you
Mhm.
have like 10%, 15%, that would be great.
Well,
Uh,
that's why the perk is there. The
exactly.
extra added 10% discount off your next visit or whatever, because at least that mail is valuable to them, even if you're asking for a little bit of their time in return. It's still a valuable mail.
Sure, definitely. But
Yeah.
I think that email also plays, or that perk
Mhm.
also plays a very important aspect on trying to convert OTA to direct. Do you understand?
Oh yeah, because you can send these emails to everybody, regardless of which channel they came in through.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you will have to work. You will have to because Expedia and Booking.com they trick you, right? So they will not send you the right email from the guest. So you need to make sure you when the guest is in front of you checking in, you say, "Hey, I see that you've booked through Booking.com. Can you
Mhm.
provide your email for future communications?" Do you understand? So you kind of need to prepare your front desk to make sure that even though people are coming from other extranets or other OTAs,
Mhm.
you get the correct information. Once you have that, so I think that's why the perk. it's interesting, just not just to 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 get more responses, but also to get conversions from Booking.com into
Right. The direct.
into direct. And I think that's always the case.
Yeah.
And I think we are kind of like touching the limit here. I think that will be our next topic. It's like, what are some ideas that we have seen
Mhm.
in hotels that kind of use these techniques to get more response rates and more.
Right, in the follow-up offers.
Sure.
Great. So we're basically saying here that establishing just a culture of listening to guests when they first come into your hotel, what brought you to the area. Show that you're listening by including that in your content. And then after they check out, what did you think about our 1,000 thread count Egyptian cotton sheets? If people rave about them, well, then that's something that you should highlight. It's just good for you, and it's good for people that are looking for that experience, that unique selling proposition of your hotel. And by making this part of your culture, you're listening to people more, and it's just really creating your footprint, and delivering an offer right at the point where you could bring them back from the OTA side of the equation back to the direct booking side of the equation. So this is a great idea. If people want to talk with you more about something like this, how can they get in touch with you?
So I love to get in touch with people who are really passionate about getting more direct bookings and trying to understand, especially hoteliers, obviously. So just send me an email to philippe@guestcentric.com, and I'll try to organize a meeting as soon as possible. Next week I'm actually at IPEC in Houston, Texas. So just reach out if you are around and get a beer or taco. I don't know what you get. It's fried chicken or something like that.
In Houston, right? All right. Well, sounds awesome. Thanks for the idea. We're gonna build on this next session. We're gonna talk about what kind of follow-up offers you can have to create much more of a direct connection, because this is the Demand Channels podcast. So when you have a dip in your forecast, you can reach out to people that already know, like, and trust your hotel and your brand, and stimulate more revenue. That's what it's all about. So until then, leave comments below. We'll address those in future issues, and subscribe. All right. Thanks so much, Philippe. Appreciate it.
Bye, Jeremiah. Thanks.
Bye.